take a look around you. Literally every single thing that is not natural started in someone's mind. Every cup, every chair, every wall, every piece of technology, all started up here. And not only does that show the incredible power of your mind, but it takes us to step number 1 of how you're gonna create your dream reality, which is you're gonna start thinking about it. No, it's that everything starts with your thoughts. And what I wanna explain here is the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. He is absolutely hands down my favorite in terms of really breaking down not just the spiritual mystical side of this, but the science behind how your thoughts translate to your reality. And essentially how that looks at a high level is when you have a thought, it releases a biochemical change in your body. This produces or leads to an emotion. And real quick, AK, we're gonna talk about energy here, vibrations, all that good stuff. That emotion does actually 2 things. 1, it fuels further thoughts, which gets you in a bit of a cycle. And 2, it actually pushes you to take action or inaction. And that all together creates your reality. And a great go-to example here is actually like a sexual one. So imagine if you had some sexual thoughts, some tantalizing thoughts, if you know what I mean, wink, wink. And you fully understand right now, without even knowing manifestation stuff, that produces a physical change in your body. That at the same time is producing some emotions of how you feel. Maybe you're feeling a little, smirky emoji face or whatever. And then that leads you to take certain actions. Maybe you wanna go out to a bar and try to meet someone or set up a dating app and swipe on people. Like literally, that was from thought all the way to your actions, to your reality, which could ultimately lead to that thought could lead you to meeting your soulmate. And what I love about that example is it is so clear, we all understand that one. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, cool, John, that's just a normal part of life. But that literally is happening with every thought you have in your entire world. So every thought you have about yourself, about your friends, about your job, about what you desire in life, is all leading to that same internal change that leads to the external world and creates your reality. And so, I know you're probably thinking, okay, cool, I know thoughts are important, but how can I actually control my thoughts? Where do I start with all this? Good question, good question. Which leads us to step number 2, my friend, self-awareness. And for this one, I want you to start small. All you have to do is start practicing observing your mind. And by that I mean just start, you don't even have to change a single thing. Just start seeing, what are you thinking about on a day-to-day basis? I got some good questions here. Like, yeah, what do you think? What do you believe? What do you feel often? What words do you say both inside your mind and externally to other people? Ooh, and this is one that I love. What excuses do you make? What do you think? What do you find you say on a repeated basis, or that plays like a pattern in your life? And that is where some of the keys are gonna come. We're gonna get to that in just a quick second. So the more you do this, the easier it literally gets. And there's like a beeping in the background. All right, so yeah, the more you can actually observe your mind, the easier this gets. And you're really just trying to just play the role of like a curious observer. So what's the goal of this, John? Great question again. It's to start identifying the thoughts and feelings that consistently put you in one of 2 things. The thoughts and feelings that put you into a low state of being and a high state of being. And really what I mean by that is, if you're into vibrational frequencies, that's what I mean. If this is all totally new to you, then what I really mean is you clearly know there's certain states like despair and anger and frustration and loneliness and sadness and grief, humiliation that just don't make you feel good. Versus there are ones that, it's still beeping, problem solved. Versus there are ones that make you feel incredible. Like when you feel elated and happy and joyful and playful and in love and excited and passionate and peaceful. So, like we said, literally these thoughts that you're having on a daily basis are putting you into one of those frequencies, one of those emotions, one of those vibrations. And if you're thinking, okay, John, but I can't control this. Life just happens. What am I supposed to do when someone cuts me off, or when that guy ghosts me, or when my best friend stabs me in the back? I'm supposed to just like get in a high vibe state? And the answer is step number 3. Yes. like seriously, this has been the most empowering part of this in my entire life of like what I've learned on this journey is yes, you literally control every single thing that happens in here. And let me give you a little caveat to that. That doesn't mean you need to hyper like control every thought or every emotion. By that I mean you are a human being. It is normal to have random thoughts just come and go. It is normal when someone cuts you off and almost causes an accident, that for you to say, oh, that was a little scary, that was a little frustrating, that was a mix of emotions. But from there, you get to choose. Do you want to stick in that? Do you want to dwell in it? Do you want to complain? Do you want to share that with friends? Do you want to shout out loud and like ruin that person's day too? Or do you want to choose peace? Do you want to choose joy? Do you want to choose happiness? And so a quick recap. Step 1 is everything starts with your thoughts and understanding that process of how your thoughts really lead to your reality. Step number 2 is start to be self-aware about those thoughts. And step 3 is start to choose these. So choose your thoughts and emotions. And ways that I like to control this here's a few major areas, and I'm gonna give you one example for each. So the first is for your mind. Meditation, hands down. And I know you've heard it before and you're like, oh, it doesn't work for me. What I really encourage you to do is try different styles. I tried like the Calm app, I tried Insight Timer, I tried, it was called candle gazing. You just look at a wick of a candle burning to give yourself like a different focus. I've tried walking meditations, Vipassana, there's chanting ones, and ultimately, my biggest advice to you is keep trying ones and find one that feels good for you. The one for me was Dr. Joe Dispenza's one, and they really they get me in a meditative state, and then they have me focus on the reality that I want to create, and I feel so good after them. And what it really is doing is helping me, and what it'll do for you is master your mind. Like start to be the observer and ultimately the controller of the thoughts and emotions and feelings that go on in your mind and your body. And so for your mind, meditation. For your body, how you can start controlling how you feel, exercise. I find moving your body, literally look at the science, look at Andrew Huberman. He talks about you're going to release endorphins and all these positive biochemical changes in your body. And literally you can just use it to get yourself in a high vibe state. There's lots of other examples here. Like to me, for my body, a cold shower does that. Stretching and yoga, something a little bit lighter than exercise, does it too. And then, so we did mind, body. For words, affirmations, hands down. And I hear this all the time. I don't believe them when I say it. That's okay. I don't care. That's okay. Just keep saying them. And it took a whole process for me to learn to believe them, to raise my own self-worth to the standards of my affirmations. And then this unique thing happened. Then I started getting a little more in depth with them, finding words that really resonated with me. And then they started to feel like my affirmations. And then they started to just weave into my life. And so affirmations, just start small, pick some ones that make you feel good, and I promise with time, they're gonna click. The last one for controlling your thoughts and emotions is your environment. So who do you surround yourself with? And what does your physical environment look like? Of course, you know the difference here. If you're surrounded with people who complain all the time and stress you out and they make mean comments and they put you down, and if your home looks messy and dark and it smells and you don't even feel comfortable being there, that is a world of a difference for the foundation, kind of the environment that you're putting yourself in that dictates your thoughts and emotions, than surrounded with loving people who raise you up every day, who make you laugh, who encourage you to be a better person, to dream bigger, and to be in a space that feels light and open and calm and peaceful, or joyful and fun. I put up this removable wallpaper up in one of my apartments that was like bright neon yellow and had this cool design on it, and it made me happy. So that's how you start controlling it, which brings us to step number 4. It's time to design your dream reality. And this, my friend, is where things get super fun. I want you, now that you know it starts up here, you're starting to be self-aware, and you're starting to control your thoughts and emotions, I want you to start designing what your dream reality looks like. And this is so fun. Just get your journal out and make it a little practice for you to be like, what do I want? What do I want in terms of everything? In terms of my body, my partner, my job, how much money do I want to make? How many friends do I want to have? And how do they make me feel? What do we do together? How do I spend my day from start to finish? What's my wardrobe look like? Where do I live and what's the weather like? What are my hobbies? What kind of skills and knowledge do I have in my dream life? And have fun with it. Like literally just keep going. Pretend like you had a genie lamp right in front of you and he's like, you can have absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. You write it down, you get it. And it is just, I promise, this has been such a life-changing practice for me. As someone who I neglected my own dreams and what I wanted for so long. And I promise, when you finally take that time to start carving out what do you really want, like this is when the magic of manifestation is really gonna like click in. And if you're saying, I don't know what I want, John, that's okay. Just have fun. Pretend like you got to just brainstorm lots of cool ideas. And then I actually really recommend in real life, if you want to get more clarity, try things. Read new books, talk to new people, try a new hobby. And my biggest thought here is it can feel overwhelming to think like, do I have to do this all at once? No, just do it in little bits. What if you just brainstormed about one area of your life on one day for 15 minutes? And then the next day another one, and another one, and another one. And what I want you to do now, once you have descriptions, is to back it up with some visuals. And this is where you're gonna start to truly manifest. I want you to make a vision board, go on Pinterest, it's a great place to start, and start just putting on all the images that first and foremost, resonate with you emotionally, that like evoke some powerful connection. And secondly, or both of these are the same in terms of importance, use your intuition. If you're just like, I'm drawn to the colors in this one, or there's this building in here just speaks to me, the home that I'm gonna live in, put that right on there. Like those are little whispers from the universe. And I mentioned these before. I really consider doing Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. You can literally just search him and meditation on YouTube. Find one that's a length that you want to start at. And these are so good because he really encourages me on a daily basis to visualize and think about different aspects of my dream life. And my last tip here is to think about this as often as you can, but at a minimum, try to do it either first thing in the morning or right before bed. And so now I have a fun practice while I'm falling asleep. I literally will just start with my mind and work my way through the different categories of my life. For me, that's like mind, body, soul, my work, my finances, my fun, and then my relationships, so partner, family, and friends. And I'll just start going through them and start daydreaming, but I guess it's night dreaming about what do I want and what do I want to feel? What does it look like? And what this is all doing is not only making it a huge focus for you, but a key tip here is to, while you're imagining it, imagine it as if it has already happened. It's already in your life and you're just expressing gratitude for it. What this does scientifically is, what normally happens in real life is you experience some kind of achievement or benefit or reward, progress in life, and then you feel grateful. And your body is conditioned to like, thing happens, I feel grateful. And instead, if you can, boom, you jump right to gratitude for the thing that has not yet happened. You are literally reprogramming your brain and conditioning yourself to live in that reality where that has already happened and become the person who is effortlessly attracting that. And so if you like this, I actually have a system where I use this in my personal life to put all this into practice. And honestly, actually, I wish I had way more time to talk about this because there is so much more we didn't cover on being an energetic match for it, being in the same vibrational frequency, breaking down the realities that you want into little tasks and taking intuitively led action to achieve it. But if you're interested in learning more about that, I'm gonna make plenty more videos, and I have a system that puts it all into practice for you. This is literally what helps me create the vision of my dream life, become the person who's already manifested it, and to create this like simple, fun action plan where it just like tells me what I need to do each day. Again, guided by my intuition. If that's something you're interested in, there's a link in my bio. It is this cool manifestation mastery Notion system. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll keep an eye out, and I'd love to not only hear what you think, but happy to answer any questions you have. And in case no one's told you, my friend, well, actually, I want to say one thing first. I want to just remind you that you literally have everything it takes to design, attract, and manifest the life of your wildest dreams. Like literally, you have it all inside of you. Sure, something in this video might have like clicked and you're like, oh my God, I need to do more of that. But it's all you. It's you taking the action. It's you sculpting your life. And to be frank, it's always been you. And you've always had everything you need inside of you already. And so I don't know who needs to hear that, but I certainly did 5 years ago. And so, in case no one's told you today, my friend, you are perfect exactly as you are. You are worthy of your wildest dreams and more. And I love you. And I'll see you in the next one.